Hello ladies and gents, I'm the Rev. This is the beginner's guide to mining in Empyrion Galactic Survival. So I started a brand new save here so I could show you guys this. So first thing when you come across what you want to mine, right, is get into the center of it and go straight down. Now, whether or not you are playing multiplayer or single player does matter at this point, and it does help with safety's sake. So, once you're in, to keep the critters out, you can put a light down. And then you should have at least one charge on your filler and flatten tool. And you can close the hole up if you want. Right? I'm not going to do it all the way. Now, if you're playing multiplayer, this will help, but it won't help that much because people will see from the underside. You guys can see that discoloration there. Here's I bring more in. See how it's gray? They'll be able to see that if they're looking, and they'll be able to come down and get you. But you will be able to hear them do it, so there is that. It also keeps out the critters. Now, when you first start out, like we are here, you don't. I usually don't have to worry about it. At the point you start killing things is when the game starts putting in all the little critters you have to worry about. But if you run into a drone, all bets are off. So once you have your hole filled in, if you want to fill it in, or even if you don't. I usually don't. Like I said, I just drop straight down. I then clear everything here. And to know that you've got it pushed all the way to the walls, you can see the discoloration here. You've got this upper layer, this discoloration here, and then the Promethean. Whoop. Right? And if you haven't seen my other beginner's guides, first thing you want to mine, of course, is Promethean, because you need power and you need it to make more drilling bits. So, or drilling charges, I should say. These right here, drill charges. Okay, so you circle it all off, right? And then once you've done that, just pick an area that has the full thing already exposed, right? And go straight down again. And there's a reason for doing this, believe it or not. So if any bugs or anything try to kill you, right? You have to go deep enough first. And you get a lot of points. See, this guy followed me in, so my points not... Anyways, go get out of my way, you piece of shit. Annoying fuckers. Anyways, you want to come straight down. So what that's going to do... fuck off. Okay. So once you come down deep enough, right? And you got yourself a nice steep hole. Monsters are only coming to that edge. You see how he can't get out now? Well, they can't get in either. So at this point is when you start working your way around, basically doing a trench. You want to stay to the left side of the wall. Hope this asshole stays out of your way. The only reason I'm not killing him is I don't want to set off the other plant monsters that like floating around in this area. Oh, get out of my way, you jackass. That's it, I'm done. That, and he might actually kill me. Because I only have this little 50 cal. So that's another good reason not to. But you can see how they can't get out. So you then just mine to your happy little consent. As always, you want to make sure you keep an ear out and make sure... so annoying. Make sure that you don't hear anyone drilling down to you. and you don't hear any of the creatures, you know, any of the other creatures that might be around. So, you know, just keep working your way around. That is so annoying. Oh, man. Anyways, so there we go. So you see, they can't get out and nothing can get in, which is the important thing. And the other thing you want to make sure when you do this and you go down to mine, make sure you have plenty of food and oxygen. You can pick up these little plants for food, and you can make 5 oxygen containers, I think, yeah, out of the oxygen that you get. So you got food, oxygen, so you can stay down as long as you need to. And like I said, that is for the beginners, and then you just jump your way out. So that's what you do when you first start. Now, after you've been out, let's see, you've gone to outer space, and you're a little more experienced. You also have got better things like a ship. The way that I mine actually changes. Now, I've got over 400 hours now, so I think I'm pretty good on the mining. But again, I don't play the multiplayer because I don't want to be killed, you know, after working so hard to make all my stuff. I'd rather just play the single player because I have just as much fun there because I fight all the drones and everything else that's floating around. So, hold on a second, folks. When we come back, I will show you guys. Oh, I need to make more of those. How to do it with a ship, and what you need to look out for and things to keep in mind. So hold on one second. When we come back, we will work with a little more of an advanced technique. So hold on, folks, and we'll be right back. Alright guys, we're back, and you see I've got my armored mining ship here. And the whole point of that is it's basically bait. You want to make sure you put it right next to your hole. Uh-oh, what is that? Weird. Anyways, so same kind of thing goes as before. You want to make sure that you completely zone off so you know exactly how big it is, because it makes a big difference. And at this point you should be able to make these lights. In the part before we hadn't gone far enough level wise to make these lights, but these things work fantastic. So what I usually do is clear out the area. I do the same size hole, comes straight down, and put a light there. So I've got, you know, no matter what, I've got light to work with. And you keep an ear out, and you watch your radar in the upper right hand corner for drones to come in. Now there could be bugs or whatever else. Now I am on Zinheinz. This one has the spider bugs. It's a desert planet, so it's the spiders you got to watch out for. And they have a hard time getting through this small of a hole. But on some of the other planets, they've got smaller little bugs. If you look in the update video that I did for this most recent patch, you'll see that there is some of these a lot smaller bugs that can come after you. Drop down. That's why the same principle goes. It's what we were doing before. Went straight down here, right? Made it deep enough where they won't kill you. Right? They won't drop down on you, and then you basically, again, just hug the wall. And now with your ship up there, you can have your food and your oxygen up there if you want to leave it, or if you want to turn your ship off, make sure you bring food and air with you. Then, at this point, you can just start strip mining it, which is what I like to call it. Anyways, so what I do is, as I start to work around corners, you see you get all this, right? You're starting to build an edge here. Just go like so. Now you do want to be careful that you don't take too much from the top. It still stays as much of a drop up as possible because they can come down on you if you don't do that. So it's usually best to undercut everything. Not to mention, if you undercut it, and you constantly undercut it, if you're playing in multiplayer, someone drops down on your hole, it gives you some place to hide to get your weapon out and everything, so they can't just one-shot you with like a rocket launcher or some of the other weapons out there that kill you real damn quick. So if you're doing this, and then somebody comes up there, you just get in here till you can get your weapon out. Back off. Take them down. Same with bugs. You want to make sure that you always keep a good distance from this edge, because if you're here and a bug's here, it's going to get you. So if you stay back here, you should be fine. That's why I say you hug the wall, and then as you go through, undercut it. Just like so. And to give you an idea on how much I have on this one, to set this up, hold on, let me get the rest of these. Okay, so far we've got over 1,000, 1,100. Sorry about that. So we've got 1,100, and that's just from clearing this out and making a little hole. And you can see right here in the screen, hopefully it'll show up, it is a huge one. It's supposedly got 17,238 ore in it. I have yet, because I've written down the numbers, gone through and got that. You might get 10 maybe, but I've yet to get 15 or 17 or, you know, anything this high. So, but at the same time, this thing can go really deep, because you saw how wide it was. So if we come all the way down, reload our doohickey here, and just keep going down, you'll see how deep, how massive some of these mineral finds are once you leave the main planet, which is good, because this is, you know, when you're out this far, especially if you're in the single player, you know, it's about building capital ships, building a fleet, stations, things like that, you know. So, ooh, how freaking big is this one? The only way you know you get to the bottom is if you see that stuff. So, you gotta see that stone-like substance you can see on the wall right there. So we're getting there, we're getting close. Alright, let's grab all these and see how close we are. And you will see that everything does work with gravity, all of it has weight. Still looking for the very bottom. Whoo, doggy. Got our crappy stone on one side, iron on the other, and holy crap, how deep are we gonna go? Alright, here we go. We finally got to the bottom. Okay. So, I'll stand on the bottom and look up. Everything this way is all iron, and that is a crap ton. You can see here we've got the wall. So if you are going to do this to see how big it is, other thing I recommend is always put a light, not at the very bottom, a little bit up off of it, because you saw how the round balls will fall. And if you have to have a light at the very bottom, it'll actually break it and destroy it because they do have weight. So there you go. Again, like I said, you just strip mine and strip mine. Now, the other part of this is when you're at this level, I wouldn't go all the way down to the bottom there and then try and work your way around. It takes forever. I just always do it in sections. So, like I said, from looking across here where it is, I fire this bed. Oh, you might go a little deeper so I can see I'm just starting to, right? You can see how deep I am here. And that's the area I cleared off. And then you go around, you clear this whole area, doing it the way I said, and then do the same thing over again. Taking, again, against the wall, drop down, make sure you are deep enough so that bugs or players can't get you, and then undercut as you go to always give yourself somewhere to hide. Now, you can just come straight down, go to a wall, go all the way down, close it off, and then mine underneath up, but that seems, I've tried it, and it takes a long time. So for single player, this is what I would say be optimal. Multiplayer, you know, it's a toss-up what you want to do. You can either take and do it off in sections, like I said, close the top, and keep your ears open. Personally, I like listening to music as I'm doing what I would consider farming, which is what this is to me. So I always try to make it so I don't have to pay attention if anything comes up here, because I have been attacked multiple times. So I just like to get myself in a good place, and then I can just crank on through it. So again, folks, you do want to use these work lights. They last forever. You can put them anywhere. You can pick them back up once you use them. Much better than the work lights they give you to begin with. So, alright folks, so there you go. That is how you get the mining done. As always, I'd like to thank you for watching. I'm the Rev. Please like, favorite, subscribe. Help my channel out as always. Remember, keep your heads down, your guns up, and I'll see you again real soon.